Listen. Last night was a heartbreaker for this Philly squad. We're down 2-0 in this series, and we respond in Game 3 with a W. The Phillies win 8-5. Aaron Nola is on the bump, and it started out sloppy. It started out with me just asking questions. What the hell is going on with Aaron Nola? But there was a turning point in this game. There was a time where he started to lock in, strike out some guys, but in the beginning, it was horrible. There's no denying that. Allowing home runs inside the Parkers. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I did see a switch flip eventually, and I'm just praying that there will be some momentum for Aaron Nola coming off of these strikeouts. He had 9 strikeouts today, but he also allowed 9 hits, 3 earned runs, and he went 5 2/3. It was, no doubt about it, a battle for Aaron Nola, but it started out sloppy and hideous, and then he turned the page, if you will, and there were some big-time key moments. For example, bottom third, bases loaded, 1 out, 2 monster strikeouts. They could have did damage. The Rockies could have came up and did damage. It was like yesterday when I was freaking out that the Phillies couldn't get anything done with bases juiced 3 times, and just imagine how much offense we could have generated there. Well, for the Rockies, that could have been a statement, without a doubt. They could have tacked on an insane amount of runs there and really put a dagger in the Phillies. But Aaron Nola came up very clutch in that moment. So, 3-1 Rockies in the 4th. Okay, all right, I get it. How about this? Bases juiced for Phil Gosselin. Yeah, okay. How about a double off the wall? The bases are cleared and the Phillies take a 4-3 lead. This kid has stepped up tremendously. He had a couple hits last night. He actually had a big hit which allowed Bryce Harper to kind of put us over the edge before we blew it in the 12th. And today, he steps in for Gene Segura and Scott Kingery and comes up clutch as a role player that has to start. Are you serious? What a hell of a couple days here for Phil Gosselin, as he is a Malvern Prep kid, and as you heard in the broadcast pretty much all night long, and he's from the area, and he grew up being a big Phillies fan. Well, there's no other way to be as big as he was than what he did today to provide a spark for this team and give us the lead there in the 4th inning. Then, 7th, Bryce Harper, Big Daddy, what's he do? He hits a dinger out of here. He had 5 hits yesterday, and he finally gets a home run, and you can see his passion for it as he's rounding first base. Boom! Boom! Because he's been getting hits and all, but, you know, he hasn't left the ballpark in a couple games here. So, nice to see Bryce be able to get one out here in Coors Field. Nishak comes in the 8th. It gets iffy. There's no doubt about it. It gets iffy. He doesn't go very deep. He allows hits and sacrifice flies, and it becomes a 7-5 game when Hector Neris comes in with a man on third, and Trevor Story was an inch away from tying the ball game up in the 8th. You can't forget that. We win the baseball game, but you can't forget that a foul ball by this much, literally this much, helped us win that ball game. We were so close to blowing it again. But after that moment, Hector Neris shut the door. After that home run that went foul, Hector Neris was special. He did get a little bit of some insurance because of Andrew McCutchen, who hits a home run in the 9th, and I was very happy that he played today. I was shocked when I saw the news, but you saw him leave the game yesterday because of a little bit of a leg injury in the batter's box, but Andrew McCutchen did play today, and he was very crucial to this team, although he had a weird error that isn't very characteristic for him out in left field. He tried to scoop it, and he pulled his head back, and it went back to the wall. But very uncharacteristic. But he was great when it came to that insurance run offensively in the 9th for Hector to be able to have some more breathing room. But Hector was making athletic plays, running to first base. Rhys Hoskins flipping him the ball. And he was making some nice plays there in the 9th. And he shut the door. Corey Seidman was giving us stats on the post-game show after, just saying since Hector Neris' first outing, he has been special. And without him, who knows where this team could be. Because honestly, if Hector Neris wasn't able to get the job done today, what would we have in the bullpen? Considering David Robertson and some other guys aren't really right now. By the way, speaking of the bullpen, though, I'm not a fan of Sir Anthony Dominguez's role at the moment. Yesterday, I forgot to mention, we brought him in for one batter and then pulled him. I don't love his role. Now, today he goes 1 inning, But I want something more out of Seranthony Dominguez. We're using him in this awkward role that I don't think fits him best. That's just my personal opinion. He's been used for 1/3 of an inning, for 1 out here and there. Why? Why? Now today he goes deeper, longer, not deeper, but longer. But we've seen him being used for these ridiculous, absurd, short amount of times. I don't like that. I don't like that. Offensively, Rhys gets 3 hits. He goes 3 for 5. JT Realmuto goes 3 for 5. Long at-bats, professional at-bats, fouling balls off. Just being a professional up there in the batter's box, which is awesome to see. Cesar's been getting going. He had 2 hits today. Franco had 2 hits today. But Cesar has provided some spark. He went through that tough stretch where people were saying, let's get rid of him and put Scott Kingery in. He stepped it up. There's no doubt about it. He's stepped it up. So around the division, the Mets lose, the Nats lose. The Braves had a doubleheader today. They lose the first game to the Indians, and the second game they were down 7-0 and came back and won 8-7 in the 9th inning. What a joke. What an absolute joke. But the division losing games today clearly helped. We are now 12-8, 20 games into the season. And coming into this, what have I been saying? I'm totally okay with splitting the series on the road with Colorado, who's been a hot team. We have a chance tomorrow with Jared Eichhoff on the bump to tie a series, split a series, and go into Citi Field. Fine. I'll take it. I'll be okay with that. I will accept it. But let's do it. All right, 1-3, it's not good enough. Split, it's not ideal, but I will take it, understanding it's tough to go on the road with a team that has their back against the wall early, and they've been hot. I'll take it. Let's split. Mandatory split, in my opinion, tomorrow, and we have a nice afternoon tilt, 3 o'clock on Easter. I hope everyone has a great Easter tomorrow and enjoys time with their family. So, all around, I need to know your thoughts on this victory, 8-5. We did a way better job of producing runs, a way better job with men in scoring position to get them to cross the home plate. I want to know your thoughts on Bryce Harper's digger, Phil Gosselin. Come on, the guy stepped up and he's been producing like this. A couple hits yesterday. Today, the double off the wall with bases juiced. Whoa, just unreal. And one thing I do agree with the commentators, Ben Davis, is he's stepping in and not trying to do too much. Some guys can step in this role, finally getting a chance. You're playing for the team you grew up in, and you try and do too much. You try and get 7 hits within one swing. I know that's impossible, but you're trying to overdo it. You're trying to make a statement. This kid's stepping up to the plate. He's in between all-stars here in the lineup, and my man is just being simple, just swinging smoothly, no pressure, just out there playing ball, and things are happening. Good things are happening, and it's tremendous. So what are your thoughts on him? What are your thoughts on Aaron Nola? He did turn the page in this game at one point. There's no doubt about it. It started out absolutely hideous. But he had 9 strikeouts in there. He grinded. He only went 5 2/3. We need him to be better, but he did find a way, and hopefully he can build off that. And lastly here, Blackmon. After yesterday's walk-off, dude's been hot. 4 or 5 today. Dude's been hot. He's been seeing the ball very well, and sometimes it just takes that. Sometimes it just takes a little how do you do, and you find yourself getting into a rhythm. So that's why I never stress when some guys get cold, real cold. Sometimes it just takes one hit, one big hit. So, Blackmon gets going there. The Phillies bullpen, it's continuing here. You never know. I don't like the way we utilize the bullpen. No one knows their role, and I hate it. I hate it. I do. Neshek's here, Seranthony's here, Hector Neris is here, Adam Morgan's here, and I actually don't mind Adam Morgan's role. He's been great, but I don't like just the randomness that's involved. And the biggest thing with me is Seranthony Dominguez's role. Not a big fan of the way that Gabe's been using him, and I haven't crushed Gabe. Honestly, I haven't been a crush Gabe guy. If you've been following my channel from last year, it was a riot last season. This year, it's almost Gabe-proof. The lineup is, without a doubt, when it comes to the batting order. But the bullpen, I wish we did something better. That's just my opinion on it. But do we have the personnel at the same time? You got to have set roles, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down below on this game. We have a chance to salvage this thing in a split. And you got to be okay with that going in the Citi Field. You just have to be. That's reality. Thank you guys so much for watching. Nice win tonight. See you guys next time.